welcome to Karen After 50. Just thought I would film this while I get ready for my work Christmas party. Hopefully I'm not going to take too long or I'm going to be late again. It's not a dress up affair, so it's just smart casual. So I won't be going too heavy with the makeup, but I will be putting a full face of makeup on. And then I'll be doing my hair. So it's only just been washed and dried, and I thought I'd whack some curls through it for tonight. So as I said, I'll just go through what I'm going to do. As normal, I've put on my moisturizer, so that's sunk in now. I'll put some primer on and some foundation, some eyeshadows, do my eyebrows and some lippy. So hopefully I can do this in half an hour. Now I'm not going to make you obviously sit for half an hour and watch every minute of it, so that's the joys of editing, but I will try and show you the bits and pieces that I'm doing. So the first thing is obviously is to pull the hair back to get it out of the way. Now I don't know what you do about whether you do your hair first or do your makeup first. I probably like to do my makeup first because if I did this to done hair, then this would be the hairstyle that I'd be wearing. So the first thing that I am going to do is fill in some pores. Now this is NYX's Pore Filler. This is the best thing ever for filling in your pores, and it's the best one that I find. That actually really fills in your pores, and then when you look at it, it actually even without putting anything over the top of it, it gives it a look like they're not even there. So even if you don't want to wear a full face of makeup, this pore filler just under even some tinted moisturizer is just fabulous. So I'm just going to put this on in the spots that I know that I have big pores. Alright, so that's pores all filled in. Then I'm going to go in with a primer. The primer that I'm using is actually just a little sample one. And it's a Dermalogica product, and it's a Skin Perfect primer. And I'm actually really liking it. It's certainly not in the $35 range, that's for sure. But for, you know, the special occasions, I think it's a lovely primer. Okay, so between those two primers, it really does give you a nice base to work with, and it really does help to hide all those big pores on your face. The next thing I'm going to do is a bit of color correcting, and that is just putting some green, as I've said before, on the red spots, and then I'll put some orange on the brown spots. Is the eye primer. And I do put this on with a brush. I just use a concealer brush, and the reason why I have to use a brush is because I can't get my finger in the pot. And so this is just what goes over your eyes. Take it just up to your eyebrows and be careful not to actually get it in your eyebrows. Next thing that I'm going to do now I've got my undercoat on is I'm going to do my eyebrows. Although I'm feeling a bit hot here, I don't think once I get out it's going to be that hot. Okay, eyebrows are on. The next step is getting some foundation on, and the foundation that I'm going to use is L'Oreal Infallible 24-Hour Matte Foundation. It helps if you're using matte foundation to not end up shiny, because obviously it's matte to start with, and it just helps to not end up with that really oily look by the end of the night. And so it does tend to dry quite quickly, and I think that's obviously because it's a matte, so you sort of have to work a little bit quick with it and get it spread out. Rightio, so the next is the concealer. So concealer under the eyes and down the side of the nose and in the folds here beside your mouth. Before that's able to run back into all your creases, use your translucent powder or whatever powder that you've got, your setting powder. Now I'm not going to bother baking, and I'll talk to you again about baking later, but for me I find that it's too drying on my skin, and so I find just a little bit of powder, see the powder going everywhere, just a little bit of powder is enough to set. So concealer's done, so that is our foundation and the basics. So now we get to add some colour. The first thing I'm going to do is my eyes, and my first colour is by L'Oreal, and it's a matte, and it's just a sort of a real nice neutral colour as a base. So I'm just going to use a fluffy brush and put that all over my eye. Alright, so that's base colour on. So the next colour that I'm going to use is a NYX colour that I picked up today, and it's in a lovely orange tone. So this time I just use a little sponge brush, which is sort of like your traditional brush that you get with eyeshadow. And I'm just going to, and the best thing with eyeshadow is to tip your head back, and so that opens up the whole of your eyelid, and I'm just going to pat this on, and it's like I'm just putting it on in like a oval shape. I don't put it too close to the corner of my eye because my eyes are quite closely set and I don't want to exaggerate that. So it's just in a little oval shape. Now because I have what they class as hooded eyes, mine are not just hooded, mine have got the whole overcoat with it, but anyway, you've got to go up quite high in the eye so that you can actually, when you open your eye, see the eyeshadow. So it sort of looks a bit harsh at the moment, but we will be blending that out around the edges. So we just smoke out the edges so you don't have any harsh sort of start and finish. So, of course, all manners of disasters befit you when you're trying to get ready in a hurry. For some reason, I have one eye that's decided that my skin's going to peel, which is, you know, what do you do? Anyway, so I'll have to fix that eyebrow up because I've just tried to flick away where my skin's peeling. I don't know why. I don't know why. Anyway, we'll keep going. This morning when I did my eyebrows, it took me about, I reckon, 2 minutes to do them. They look perfect. You want to go out and get them right. Nothing goes right. So anyway, they are what they are, or I am going to be incredibly late. Alright, so the next thing I'm going to do is some eyeliner. What could go wrong? Alright, so I'm going to start with an eye pencil and put it on my top waterline. Alright, now I am going to put liquid liner on my top lids. Now, the trick that I've found with this is to get really, really close to the mirror and go really, really slow. So what I do is I'm going to get the mirror up close. Again, tipping your head back, and that opens your eyes wide up, and it helps you to get a nice straight line. Okay, so it actually went on without a drama. Lucky, because I am so late. Alright, so that's the eyeliner on. I don't put eyeliner on the bottom. I do have a nude pencil that I will run along my bottom waterline. And really that just helps to make my eyes a little bit more open. I run a bit of that eyeshadow underneath. Okay, so I'm just going to, before I put mascara on, I'll just quickly do a little bit of contouring. Again, it's about pulling faces. So we do have to do cat's bum. And that's to find the hollow in your cheek, and that's where you put your dark colour. Right, this also has a nice bronzer in it, and I'm just going to whip around with a little bit of bronzer. So just around the edges of my face. I use a bit of bronzer, is just underneath my chin, and that's just to help my gels not to appear too bad. So the next thing is just a bit of blush. Oh, my sun's going down, it's getting late. Okay, blush brush. Now, I don't use a lot of blush, and that's because if I get a hot flush, my cheeks will be pink anyway. Next thing is a little bit of highlighter, and that's what your little funny flat brush is for. So I'm just going to put a little bit of highlighter on the top of my cheeks. Right, then lastly I get my big powder brush, and I just brush it all over to make sure that I've got nothing that's sitting in a lump anywhere, that everything is blended properly, and brushing everything down so we put all the little hairs to bed because they need to sit down. The last thing I'm going to do is put some mascara on, and then I'm going to have to do my hair really, really quickly. I am going to very quickly do my hair, and we'll show you the finished product just before I bolt out the door. So I'm back home from the Christmas party, survived another year. Didn't look like anything was too messy, certainly not for me, so that was a good thing. It was a good night though, and so I hope you enjoyed the get ready with me in a hurry, but it all ended up good in the end. So hopefully see you next time on Karen After 50. Don't forget to subscribe or to give me a thumbs up or a thumbs down, depending on what you thought of this video, and I'll see you again soon. Bye.